So here we go with shotgun. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, F, A minor, G. Homegrown alligator, see you later. Gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road. The sun changes in the atmosphere, architecture unfamiliar. I can get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. South of the equator, navigating, gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road. Deep sea diving around the clock, bikini bottoms, lager tops. I can get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone. Okay, we'll stop it there. Hi, this is my video about Shotgun by George Ezra. Students suggested they wanted to learn this one. It's usually it is in the key of F, but the idea is that I've made it into standard chords with the capo on the 5th fret, which makes it even easier to play. So what you will need to play this song is a guitar, a capo on the 5th fret, and you need 4 chords. I'm going to talk about the shapes rather than the actual notes, because this technically is F, but you recognise that as the C shape. So all these shapes I expect people to kind of learn from a book, because it's so straightforward. You don't need to waste time with a teacher teaching the actual chord shapes, although the teacher can help you with actually playing them and getting your fingers in the right places, make sure all the notes ring out nice and true. So you need C, F. There's 2 ways to play F. The kind of standard way uses a little bar with the 2 fingers across the string at the top. But if you can't manage that straight away, just use 3 fingers. That's F major 7, so it goes C. You only need to move 2 fingers there. A minor, and then G. There's a number of ways of playing G. I'm playing with the 2-finger version without that finger, just because it's easier. So C, F, A minor, G. And that literally is it all the way through. So in a way the song is fairly simple on the left hand, but it's more going on with the right hand. It's all about if you're doing it just yourself, with no backing, then you need to try and simulate the bass line and the drums and the rhythmic side of things, as well as the chords and as well as singing it. So you need to be doing things with your right hand. So to start with, it just strums the chords, paying close attention to the bottom string of the chord that you're playing. So with the C shape, that's the fifth string, that's the 2nd thickest string, that's where it starts. The F shape is that's the B flat note. It's the 4th string, which is the 3rd thickest one. So it's only 4-string chord, that one. The A shape is back to 5, and the G shape is 6. Very important that you don't play. If you play the bottom string on the C, which you're not supposed to do, instead of sounding like this, it sounds, it's too much. You've got that chord on the bottom, which isn't technically, it is in tune, but it's not the correct bass note. So you want nice, clean, ringing out notes, and that's the trick for these chords, making sure all the notes ring out properly. And then you can so I was doing little tapping bits on the guitar just to give it a bit of rhythm. So homegrown alligator, see you later. Gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road, just to keep the rhythm going. So all the way through, the first verse and the first bridge, which is time flies by in the yellow and green, stick around and you'll see what I mean. You're tapping on the guitar just to keep that rhythm, or you can tap with your foot or whatever, but the guitar is a box of air, so that's the best thing to do, and it gets you used to doing a rhythmic tap with your right hand. And the first complicated bit comes in the first verse, first chorus, I beg your pardon, first chorus. Now on the record it's just a bass line, it's a kind of, almost like a Paul Simon-esque fretless bass line. So I just approximate that by doing the bass notes of the chords, which is... Now F is down on the 6th fret on the bottom string, okay? Or you can play the bottom note of the chord, which we go... Which I'd rather go lower than higher, so... A, G. So these are just the bottom notes, the bass notes of the chords we're playing. You can also play A up there. Now I know that's not an A, it's actually a D, but just bear with me. So if you're wanting to copy the record and do the bass notes in the chorus, it goes, I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. You could just do the chords. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. The idea of doing the bass line is the first verse, bridge and chorus, the song hasn't properly got going yet, so it adds more dynamic when you come in with the full chords for the second verse, if you've done the bass line throughout the first chorus. If you just go straight into the chords for the first chorus, it sounds, you don't get the full dynamic. You need to build up every step of the way a bit more and a bit more. And one of the clever things about the song on the record is I think each section sounds slightly different, arranged slightly differently. I think there's almost like gospel choir at some point, just mixed quite low. So that's the challenge really is beyond the chords, because the chords are very, very simple. In fact, the chord progression is what's called known as a 1-4-6-5, and we can talk about what that actually means if I do a video more of the advanced theory behind the song. But many songs these days, and it's getting to the point where it's a little bit of a cliche, they use these very similar kind of chord progressions. So if you know these chords, C, F, A minor and G, there's loads of different songs you can play with those chord shapes. You can move the capo up and down just to get in a different key. So this is a different key. That's in E flat, for instance. So the interesting thing about this particular song is a good example of a 1-4-6-5 chord progression, and then I could probably write down 10 different songs that use the exact same chord progression, and all you need to do is move your capo up and down to get it in the correct key for that song, so you can play along with the record. In actual fact, you could probably play every song in the same key even, if that sort of suits your voice. And I can also go through learning how to sing the song, but that's a little bit beyond the scope of an actual video. So there we have it. That is really it. I didn't play the whole song, I only got halfway through, because the thing just repeats at that point. But I think the important part is to get the dynamic until the second verse, basically. So you're strumming the chords for the first few times round, and tapping the guitar just to keep the rhythm. And then when you get to the chorus, you do the bass line with the plectrum. It is easiest. Underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Don't forget to stop. South of the equator, navigating. And then you can just go off with the chords, strumming. Just to mention the strumming pattern, strumming is quite a personal thing. People have very sort of unique and sometimes slightly odd ways of strumming. Always start with a downstroke. Always start with the bass line of, the bass note of the chord that you want, because that really helps the listener to understand the underlying chord progression. So you need a nice strong rhythm. each sort of I'm doing. So that's more advanced than just going. But if you're having trouble getting the hang of the rhythm, just do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then maybe double up. So there's a couple of offbeats and accents, then you're accenting the offbeats, which gives the song its characteristic rhythmic content. Hopefully that makes sense. So I've covered a lot of bases there in 10 minutes, but that really is it for that particular song in terms of basic chords, knowing the arrangement, and having an appropriate sort of strum pattern that gives the characteristic rhythm of the song. And then once you've kind of got the hang of all of that, then perhaps you can add your own little twists and turns and sort of personality on top of the basic thing. And also, as I mentioned, those 4 chords used in loads and loads of different songs. So it's a nice kind of gateway once you've mastered the 4 chord shapes to any number of other songs that use that progression. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later.